There we go. Okay, everyone, we're live. I have, as you all know, this is Jarrod, one of many nerds that have gotten together and just have fun. We are here to discuss the recent news of the new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie announcement and Saban Brands uh, teaming with Lionsgate. So I've gathered some huge MMPR fans, at least those that I know are huge MMPR fans like me, to discuss thoughts and feelings. So I'm sure everyone knows everyone, but go ahead, everyone, introduce yourself, starting with Dylan.
Oh dear. Hi, my name is Dylan Zaner, aka 8-Bit Homo on YouTube, and there's my twits. And you can I make videos about nerdy stuff, and I'm doing I'm gonna promo this, doing a 12-hour live stream this Saturday for the Trevor Project. So I'll probably be dead after that 12 hours because that's a lot of time to pay attention to video games. But
I almost did not swallow my water on that. Nicole, or whoever wants to go next.
I will go. All right. Hi, I'm Nicole. You might have saw me on TV for a few days. Yeah, I'm Alaska on Twitter. I don't really make videos because I'm lazy. But yeah, I love Power Rangers. I love Super Sentai. But I have to admit, I'm probably not as much as the next person, which is...
No, it's Xander.
Xander, I love you.
Yeah, I'm Xander. I was also on King of the Nerds. I also do Under the Table, which you can find on the stream.tv/Under the Table, and my own vlog at Xander Vlogs, and I'm at Twitter at Xanderific 2Rs1F. And I love Super Sentai and Power Rangers as well. Go there.
And I, your host, am Jarrod Finn. I'm on Twitter at JM_Finn. I'm blogging, writing at JarrodFinn.com. Also have been a huge MMPR fan since Day of the Dumpster. But I am new to Super Sentai, so I'm starting to watch Super Sentai and all of that. But okay.
So good.
So, what were your guys' initial thoughts when the announcement was released?
For me, I have a bit of a different perspective. I might have been frozen. Am I frozen?
No,
you're fine.
I've auditioned for the past 2 seasons of Power Rangers, and I have not gotten in, surprising no one. But the deal was when you were auditioning, the contract included a movie deal, so it wasn't too big of a surprise to me because I kind of knew that it was coming. What did surprise me was that they're marketing it as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because that's a whole different franchise than what they've been doing, and it's a whole different cast and different characters and things like that. So it's interesting that they're bringing back that name, but it could be just for the nostalgia, so that people know exactly what to expect if they go to see the movie.
Yeah. But how about? I think for me, I think we discussed this beforehand. It kind of had mixed feelings. Kind of had this feeling that Saban would pull something out of his sleeve. I mean, he's doing so much to boost and promo the 20th anniversary and recapture the magic of the original series, even though there are many fans that like later seasons more than MMPR. But it'll be interesting, I think, to see it on the silver screen again. I'm just a little concerned about the teaming with Lionsgate more than anything.
Yeah, Lionsgate's kind of like a catch-all for like movies. It could either be really good movies, it could be really bad movies, but the premise of their studio is take everything and see what hits. It's also interesting that you brought up that it's Saban because but the company has spent so much already, both acquiring Power Rangers back from Disney and putting out 2 seasons plus of new Power Rangers, that it's interesting that they're investing so much money into it that they would do a movie, which also costs money, before seeing a huge return because it hasn't gone to the level that it was like in the 90s.
Yeah. And I just think it's really interesting that I'm so scared for a movie like this because you're seeing stuff happen to Transformers, and you're seeing these sort of things happening to Mighty Morphin Ninja Turtle. Oh my God, I'm all over the place. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The collab that you never saw coming. Yeah. And the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I'm really scared that Lionsgate's gonna pull a crazy let's just do it for the money. They're making a Captain Elastic, or what is it? Stretch Armstrong movie.
Oh yeah, with Lautner, isn't it?
Something like that. And so they're trying to and Battleship. They're trying to get all these things that kids played with as kids and all stuff, and we're just gonna make movies off that for money. And I'm really scared what they're gonna do with this. The only thing I could see it possibly working is if it's a reimagining, but it's completely different. Because I think they're gonna fail if they try and recreate what they had back in the 90s. I don't know. Without the same cast, it's just not gonna be the same.
No, I pretty much agree with everything you said. It's when I first heard the announcement that they were doing the Power Rangers movie, at first I was kind of like, I don't know if you should be touching something from my childhood days, because you put the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on today's television, and it might not gel with the thought process of children these days. It's a different era. It's kind of weird to think that, but I mean, what worked then might not work now. So the reimagining is the only thing I can think of that would work, but even then, it's trying to reimagine it while having a lot of aspects from the original that made it so captivating.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful, but worried.
Yeah. Well, and then the other thing is, Super Sentai kind of did this where it had a series like Go Busters, which did not do very well because it was crap, and it was kind of a reimagining of the Sentai series because it was like this technical spy agency type of thing, and it really didn't gel well with what people were looking for, exactly what you were talking about, Nicole. But then they went back and did Kyoryuger, which is we got to bring back dinosaurs. Kids love dinosaurs, and so the next season after that, they went back to their roots and kind of redid it. Because they're doing Gokaiger right now, and it makes me so sad because it was my favorite season. But I think that they're going to skip over Go Busters and go right to Kyoryuger, and then call it a reboot of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers since it's dinosaur themed.
Well, I believe they showed the logo for it. It's called Power Rangers Dino Charge. But they are completely skipping Go Busters.
Yeah.
What
I did see, I don't know what it's about. I don't know if it was official, but I saw a tweet or a post about someone, a vote, would you rather see MMPR or Dino Thunder come back in Dino Charge? So I'm not sure what that is about. But
no matter what, Jason David Frank's going to get involved.
Yeah.
But how is Dino Charge different than MMPR?
They dance to morph.
Oh my god, I'd be so excited if they kept that in.
Oh my god.
Yes.
They need to keep that, and they need to keep just Ramirez. Bring the guy that played Ramirez into Dino Charge. I am set for life.
Here's the thing, when I was in Japan, he was like a television presence on.
Nope.
Oh no, Zander, you're frozen.
Is he going to turn into Zordon?
Oh my god.
Xander, are you Zordon?
Oh my god, that's the secret the entire time.
Wait, what just happened?
You froze.
Zordon.
No! Damn
There's
it.
Zordon.
So, okay, going back, the guy who played Ramirez in Kyoryuger, he, when I was in Japan, he was like a talento, like he was brought on to like different shows and stuff like that as an otaku, a white guy who was like interested in Japanese stuff, and he spoke fluent Japanese. It was impeccable, and they put him on the show as like a white guy who's a ranger, and they dumbed down his Japanese to be like this, like, I am a foreigner, look at me, speak this moon language, and I was so pissed.
Oh my god, that reminds me of what's his name? Ruben Langdon, who did mocap and voice for Dante for Devil May Cry 3 and 4.
Uh-huh.
The series that Mighty or Big Bad Beetleborgs was taken from, like something Fighter Kabuto. He was actually brought in as a character named Mac Windy, who is like the Dragonfly Beetleborg or Kabuto warrior, whatnot. But yeah, he could speak fluent Japanese back then, but at that time they dumbed it down and they actually overdubbed him because his Japanese wasn't bad enough. I was like, oh my god. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Anyway, that's just my rant, but yeah, it's nothing to do with.
If you guys already answered this and I'm completely oblivious, if they are reimagining or I've actually been able to see the actual press release, re-envisioning, as Saban is saying, what direction would you like them to go, like to see them go? All I know is I don't want it to be like a Nolanized, like Dark Knight like movie. I don't mind a little bit more seriousness.
There's absolutely no way that that's happening because the main draw for Saban to do any of this is to sell toys.
Mm-hmm.
It's a toy making commercial. So no matter what, it's going to be focused on kids, and that means it's not going to be grittier. It's not going to be darker, and there's no point in doing a movie in this franchise unless you're going to have a TV show that backs it up because that sells the toys. It'll just be a big commercial. So even now what they're doing is they're taking the Sentai footage and doing the old formula where they would take it and put in the American interstitials. And in order to do that, they have to use a Sentai series. And the best way to do it would be with Kyoryuger and just call it a new Mighty Morphin. So that's what I'm fully expecting.
Okay.
For the movie?
Yeah, they've got to.
So you don't think it would be a full original footage? And
I mean, isn't that what they did the original Power Rangers movie? Is they did original footage?
Yeah.
They
That's
did
what I
do it,
thought.
but then they kept using. They transitioned into
the show.
Into the show using the ninja.
I misunderstood you.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Goes again, because it's just a launching point for the television show.
Yeah.
Same thing that they did with Turbo.
I guess what I could see for a movie, there's two ways, and I don't know if I like either of them. One, it's a self-actualizing movie, so it knows that it's a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers reboot, and it camps it up, and it plays on the fact, we know that we are rebooting this, and we're trying to do this, and they like throw a bunch of fan service, Day of the Doctor, and they just like try and like make everybody like happy. Or I could see them taking it as separate route and really just rebooting the storyline, trying to retell the exact storyline that the show did, maybe wrap it up a little bit, like take like the entire first season and try and like turn it into some sort of storyline where, introducing all the characters, maybe introducing if they're going to do Rita Repulsa again. I don't know if they're going to bring back Rita, but maybe something along those lines. Either of them, I don't know if I'm too happy with. I don't know if I'd want to go see a movie that's just a retelling of something that I watched as a kid. I don't know. It depends.
I mean, the hard part is that with the original Power Rangers, what really made it was kind of the cast, because the suit fights, that was just like filler for what we saw with the cast, and so they would have to really nail that down. And every time that I've auditioned for it, and moving forward, because it's cheaper, they're going to have to go with non-union actors. And so that's why I can't audition for it anymore, because I'm a union actor. So I don't want to say that non-union actors can't be of high quality, because they can, but it limits the pool of who they can choose from to create a good, solid cast for it.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Mm.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Xander, somehow find your way into the Tokuger conversions just so I can see your Zord in the episode with Kagura and just the giant and punch. Please.
God, I
Please
gotta
do.
watch Super Sentai. I really do.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I follow so many of their fan blogs on Tumblr, and I've never actually seen the show. I was like, this looks really cool. This looks really interesting.
It's great.
It is.
Because
Now,
the thing is...
Oh, go ahead, Xander.
The thing is I'm going to get on my Super Sentai soapbox, is that they really care about the storylines, and they really care about the writing behind it. And whereas Power Rangers is thrown together to try to fit the story of the footage that they already have, with Sentai, you're starting from square one, and you get a free canvas to create whatever you want.
Yeah.
And so that's what I think makes it better.
Definitely.
In my humble opinion.
Now, there's a lot of people going around as far as chats that I've seen, posts on Facebook and Twitter, think that the logical direction to go would be for the first movie to retell Day of Dumpster for the first movie, and then bring in Green with Evil and that whole storyline in the second movie, hinting at Lord Zed, Green No More, and Lord Zed at the end of the second movie, and then Mutiny, and then White Ranger comes in and saves the day for a third movie. Yeah, do we need to rehash? I would like to see MMPR again on the screen, but do we want to rehash all that we already know and let Saban bring in new fans, or do we want to see the original Rangers but a storyline that we haven't seen before?
I don't know. I would hate if they tried to turn this into a trilogy. I really would. That's like a huge money grab. That's like a slap in the face to everyone that watched that show back in the day.
Yeah, but that's what they're after, though.
Yeah,
I mean, why else would Saban do this all of a sudden? He's jumping on the bandwagon with TMNT, jumping out with god-awful Transformers, and
So glad I've never seen those
and all
movies.
that.
Oh, I did.
But my thing is, I will see it. My only hope is that Saban files a restraining order against Michael Bay.
Well, it would be interesting.
I mean, the random explosions would work for Power Rangers.
Yeah, more lens flares.
Oh god,
Exactly.
just no Dutch angles, no battlefield.
Yeah.
A lens flare reflecting
All
off the
Dutch
visor
angles.
of the Megazord,
Yeah.
reflecting back as a double lens flare.
And the Megazord is full of so many tiny pieces that you can't even see what it is anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but I want more lens flares in my Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Right? That's what was missing this whole time.
I need lens flares off the helmets. Like, the sun off the helmet. That's what I need.
As Tommy stares off into the distance.
Yeah, so the hair flowing
Struggling
in the
with his
wind.
destiny.
But
Nope.
all I know is Tommy wouldn't be able to wear any of those the tank tops anymore because he's pretty much tattooed up the wazoo right now.
Well, I don't think JDF should. I don't think any of the original actors should be brought back.
He'll be there.
They'll be like
Is that what-
cameos.
Maybe they'll do like a Spock thing in Star Trek.
Oh god. Oh my god, he's the next Zord.
No, but that's the thing. When you talk about rebooting the old Rangers, are you just talking about the Jew Ranger suits then? Or would it be another actor playing Billy, playing Kimberly, playing Tommy?
Oh.
What would be the draw for that? There wouldn't be anything really.
If
I guess-
Dylan was cast as the Blue Ranger, I'd go watch.
That would be
Dylan was-
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to fight. I'd be like, That'd be a mess.
That's
Oh
what
my god, then I could be Billy. Maybe I could be Billy then.
I'd watch that.
that's what stunt
Just do
double
this the entire time.
choreography is for.
I think that I guess I could work in a way, like maybe if it, like I said, maybe if it's self-actualizing, like this takes place years later, like the old cast is long and gone now, like, and they like discover these suits that like were used way back in the day. They find like the old, maybe decrepit, destroyed old command center that used to be used, and they get like they bring it back to life. And
Well, that's kind of what I don't know if I was trying to get Ricky Barksdale in, who is playing the Black Ranger in the MMPR fan film. He's having a little bit of technical difficulties, so don't know if he's going to make it. But that's somewhat along the lines of what that fan film is about.
okay.
It's 20 years after the events of the second season. Lord Zed has been defeated. He's practically powerless, off on his own, and there's this been secret. The Silver Guardians, I believe it is. They've been developing these morphers and powers to bring back the Power Rangers, and Lord Zed gets his powers back, and it's. There's Ricky Bart. Speaking of the devil. Hey, Ricky, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, guys, this is Ricky Barksdale. Why don't you introduce yourself real quick, Ricky, and your connection to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers universe?
Well, I'm Ricky Barksdale, and I'll be playing the Black Ranger in the MMPR fan film that's in works right now.
Awesome.
Sweet.
How's that going right now?
What's up?
I said, how's that going? Have they started filming your episode yet?
No, we haven't had an exact date of when we're gonna start filming mines, but as far as I know right now, I think the Red Rangers is up next. Like when they're gonna start filming. I don't know when, so can't really give an answer on that.
Okay.
Excited.
So since you're working on this film, I know we've talked in the past, you were a Power Rangers fan.
Yeah.
And now that you're working on this fan film, what were your reactions to finding out about the new film that's being made?
I mean, honestly, I think it's a good thing. I think it's really good. I'm sure it's a lot of things something we've all wanted to see as fans. I'm pretty excited about it. And I can't wait to see what they come up with based off of whatever it is that they got working with. What's the company they work with? Lionsgate.
Yeah, Lionsgate.
Yeah, so Lionsgate has done a lot of good stuff recently. Look at Hunger Games, and they have a really good what's that word?
Track record?
Yeah, there you go. Thanks. They have a really good track record. So who knows what can happen? With the stories that they come up with.
That's good. I was literally, just before you came in, I was trying to explain to them the plot of MMPR.
Yeah.
Maybe you can fill in. I just explained some really basic things. Maybe you can fill in the gaps. Tell everyone watching what you can share as far as your character and the overall movie.
Okay. My character, he's a bit of a hard ass. He has like a alpha male syndrome complex, but he's good at what he does. He's caught in between doing the right thing and doing the wrong thing. And necessarily he doesn't always agree with doing the wrong thing, but because he's so good at it, he's gonna go with what feels good to him. If you present him a challenge, he's not gonna back down.
That's cool.
And that's all I can give about that.
I like I said, I was just briefly telling them what is the overall story arc of the movie that Dominic and everyone else has come up with.
Well, pretty much it's whatever it is that you read. It's 20 years later. You think everything is at peace, and then bam, it hits you like things aren't as good as they seem.
Okay.
So it is more of like a grittier reimagining.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, that's the goal we're going for, because a lot of us grew up watching it, and it's always something like, wow, what if we did something like this? And it just so happens that Dom and Lewis, came up with the idea, like, hey, we can do it. Where it's not. I'm not gonna lie. Come on, we've all seen it. It's very cheesy, but it's your childhood thing.
Yeah.
It's true. Very,
So
very true.
it's really interesting to see how it's going to be more adult themed, where, like in the original Power Rangers, they were all friends. They were all high school friends. This one, these are people with real issues, real life problems. They're just like your average person, and just trying to get by day to day.
Okay. So, other than, I think I've asked you this before also, but as opposed to in addition to the darker, gritty side of it, how was it, I don't know, expanding or retelling the MMPR universe, or how is it different than what we may get from a full-fledged, produced movie?
Well, I really can't answer that because I really don't know much of outside of what you guys know. So.
Well, yeah. I guess that wasn't a thought-out question.
It's all good.
But do you, Xander, Dylan, Nicole, do you have any questions for Ricky?
Not that I can think of. Well, I mean, are you doing your own stunts, and are you doing like out of suit fights and things like that? Or are you in a suit, or?
I mean, I'm sure that I'm gonna be in a suit. I don't know what's in the works as far as behind the scenes stuff, but I will be doing my own stunts. I'm sure Jarrod can tell you that I've actually been posting up videos of me training. Me doing flips and me actually training because I am a martial artist.
Nice.
I've been training in karate, Kyokushin karate for 4 years now. I actually took a break and I'm getting back into it. And I did boxing when I was in the military, so.
Awesome.
I want to be able to show the fans, hey, I can do my own stunts. It's like, all right, he flips. Wait, cut, next. And, I don't want it to be like, oh, that's not him. So that's why I'm really training my butt off to make this happen. And it's essentially to do it for the fans, because I know we look back and wait, that wasn't them doing it.
Yeah.
But as a fan myself, it's the only way I can get better by doing it myself.
Right.
I'm curious. We're also, the four of us were discussing kind of the direction we'd like to see the movie, or what we'd like to see in the movie. That's the movie that Saban's doing with Lionsgate. What has you excited about it? What would you like to see?
As far as what we're doing, or what Lionsgate is doing?
No. Well, what Lionsgate is doing.
Wow. I really
As
haven't
a fan.
had time to think. As a fan, what I would like to see?
Yeah.
I would like to see Zords. Like Pacific Rim type.
Yes.
Like that I would love to see, because when I watch Pacific Rim, I think of Transformers, but on a larger scale. But then if you look at it on a Power Ranger scale, I'm like, wow, this can be done. But for me, that would be the biggest thing, to see the Zords.
Because watching Pacific Rim, I was like, yeah, they need to do Power Rangers like this.
Oh yeah.
Those I loved the original movie, but those, even looking back, the graphics they used for those Zords and the look for those Ninja Zords looked really odd and out of place.
But it was 1995.
Yeah.
That's true.
They looked really cool at the time.
We're like, oh my god, that's so awesome. I like the costume designs more than anything for some of the villains.
Yeah, or even the redesign of the suits were really cool.
Yeah.
So apparently, and I hope they don't see this, I've seen some behind-the-scenes pictures where there was at one point where they wanted to remove the visors and have the Power Rangers filmed without the visors, so you could see the part of the actor's face.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
Interesting.
That would be interesting if they pulled that off.
But that was the original movie. I don't want to see that at all. I've seen pictures.
I think taking away the mask kind of takes away the mysterious factor of who's behind this. Not as far as behind the scenes, but more of you want that mystery. You want to hey, who's doing this? Who's
I don't want to see oh look, that's Genie. What's Genie doing behind that mask?
Wait, I thought that was a woman in the Yellow Ranger.
Yeah.
But
so I know that we were talking about earlier how the movie could possibly transition into a new series.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say about that, Ricky? If they were to redo Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the show?
And make it more adult themed.
No, probably more kid themed to sell more toys.
I mean, I really don't know what more they could sell. I mean, they make the toys, like, I mean, because at my dojo, the kids went ape nuts when they found that I was playing a Power Ranger, and they're like, are you in SPD? Are you in Dino Thunder? I'm like, are you in Ninja? I'm like, whoa, slow down. If they did do a new show, I mean, like what we're doing with the fan film, the fan series, I would like to see it more adult themed, kind of like almost something like the Tomorrow People, but Power Rangers, you know? Even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's a perfect example. Even something like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
The fact that you just mentioned the Tomorrow People, I love you to death. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm currently obsessed with the Tomorrow People. Continue.
Thank you.
They just canceled it.
What?
What?
CW canceled the Tomorrow People.
But,
wow. Are you serious? Like, they just now canceled it?
They canceled that, the Carrie Diaries, and another show, but they renewed the 100.
True.
I haven't seen that show.
The 100 People is the 100 is absolutely ridiculous.
Is it good or is it? Oh, it's horrible. Okay, that's that.
it's CW has gone in the direction of let's take the plots of MTV reality shows and add supernatural stuff to it. And that's what.
So it's Teen Wolf.
Yeah, essentially. So if Power Rangers was ever remade for like at least the older demographic, please keep it away from CW.
Okay, yeah, because CW has a bad habit of canceling good shows, and keep it away from Fox too.
Yes.
Because like right now, Fox canceled that show Almost Human. That was a really good show.
I know.
That was a really good show. It has so much potential, and I think it deserves a second chance. At least send it to the Sci-Fi Channel. To give it because it is a sci-fi based thing, and Fox is just like they're not good when it comes to keeping around good shows.
It's
in my opinion.
Yeah.
You say sci-fi. My first thought is, they're making what is it, Sharknado 3?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like they're making that crap, but good show.
Right.
Yeah,
Wait, there was a Sharknado 2?
Apparently it's being aired soon, I think. But yeah, they're making a third one too.
They were filming part 2. They were filming part 2 out here in New York for a while.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. They had a casting call, but I'm like, nah, I'm good.
But from like a producing standpoint, it's a good business model for them to continue to produce like the B movies because of how big Sharknado was.
Yeah.
This reaction creates its own buzz, and even if they make half of what they made on Sharknado 1 on Sharknado 3, it would be a good investment because there's not a whole lot of upfront cost.
And us talking about it right now just shows how successful it is.
Right?
Yeah. It's one of those things, it's like so bad that you can't turn away.
Yep.
It's like, you want to like, I don't want to watch this, but I'm going to watch it just to see how bad this really is.
Exactly, yeah.
Story of my life.
But that's how I got pulled into Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
No, I was hooked from the minute it started.
The Blue Ranger had me.
Yep, true.
For me, I mean, my crush was the Pink Ranger, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wanted to be like Zach because, I was living in New York City. I danced, and I was like, wow, you can dance and do martial arts. What was it? Hip hop keto.
Hip hop keto, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh man, I can do that. But as an adult, you don't want to be dancing around and get your head cracked. You get your head kicked in.
When you were a kid, did anybody notice that the actor who plays Zach, Walter Jones, was missing a finger?
No, I didn't. I did not notice that.
Yeah.
I just noticed that. I learned about that within the last few years, and every time I see him in Power Rangers and Space Cases, I look for the missing finger.
Yeah.
He's missing a middle finger.
Yep.
I thought it was his ring finger.
Ring finger or middle finger.
His ring
It's
finger.
one of the big ones.
Yeah. I was like,
Interesting.
I never noticed that.
All my fingers are pretty big, so.
Oh my god.
Xander.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I think we can talk a little bit longer, but
I got time,
wrap
don't
up
worry.
in about 10 minutes. So, what
That sounds
is
about
there?
good.
I mean, if you guys have any more questions, I'll do my part in answering them for you.
Yeah,
So.
do you guys have any more questions about the fan film?
Project, but is this the fan film that's MMPR?
Yeah, MMPR film. That's the fan
Oh,
film.
oh, okay. Because I think I saw a Kickstarter about it or some video.
Yeah, the Kickstarter. Yeah, that's old. We surprisingly we made above our goal. I think we doubled our goal,
Oh,
and
nice.
that was a beautiful thing. And what was I gonna say? I hate when this happens. I've been fight training all day, so it's like I'm really because I'm in the process of doing my own fight reel, and it's not for the film. It's just to have. So when I send it out to directors, like, hey, he can actually do his own stunts, and a lot of people look at me because I'm 6'4", 225, and they think like, oh, he can't do that, and then here I am doing it. They're like, oh, snap.
Yeah.
I'm running on reserve battery power. Wait.
So this is a question
Morphing
for
time. Sorry.
question for everyone. Would for the new film that's coming out, with Saban and Lionsgate, would you like to see known actors, and if so, who? Or would you like to see unknown actors? Because the only known actor I can think of that I'd like to see in it would be as the Pink Ranger, Allison Scagliotti, who is in Warehouse 13. I don't know if any of you have seen. Maybe that's because that's kind of how I envisioned the Pink Ranger in my script, but I think she'd be awesome, and just instead of being a ditzy, helpless.
I mean, me personally, I would like to see unknown actors, and I believe everyone deserves a chance to shine. And if you saw, I'm sure you saw Jarrod on my Facebook page when I posted up a picture of Michael Jai White.
Yeah.
He's someone I looked up to for many years, and I'm like, holy crap, he was on Saved by the Bell, as an extra. So it's like, look at where he's at now. He's well known. He might not be big on Hollywood, but you know who he is.
Yeah.
And I believe that unknown actors deserve a chance to shine. Because they could be the next Denzel. They could be the next Will Smith. They could be the next Angelina Jolie. You just never know until you give them an opportunity.
I always say if in any movie outside of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, anything, if you're going to be starting a new series or you plan on starting a new series, always go with unknown actors because not only is it cheaper, but if they become a star, that is even more publicity for whatever movie that they are appearing in.
Yeah.
It's helping out the community. It's helping out actors. I just think, and plus in terms of the storyline, if whatever they're going for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it's supposed to be like 5 to 6 teenagers who don't really know each other. They might turn it into adults. I'm not really sure because I'm kind of questioning some of their teenager choices. Let's be real, they're not really teenagers. And coming together and having to save the world. So I think having them be unknown really just plays into the fact that these people are everyday people that are just kind of getting these powers.
And that's the beauty about it. I think they should have a solid veteran actor to kind of like help guide them. Because like they say, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So if you have a good veteran actor that can set the tone for everyone else to follow, it could bring the best out of them, right?
Yeah.
So and I apply that to competition when I compete or train. If I'm constantly training with people that I can constantly beat up, is that going to make me better? Very slowly. I'll make them better, but it's not going to make me better. So I think if they, with the new Power Ranger movie, it would be nice if they had a veteran presence to set the tone and guide them based off of how good he's doing and let them follow lead.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed for an Alpha 5 reboot.
Oh my
That's
God.
all that I want.
Alpha, please.
Yes.
Aye,
Ay,
aye,
ay, 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 ay.
Ay, ay,
aye.
On the Zordon. Like.
Have all of you seen the trailer to episode 1?
Mhm.
What?
Have you guys seen the trailer to episode 1?
No.
Mm-mm.
What? Jared, yeah, man, you're slacking.
I was gonna plug it when we wrapped up,
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
but yeah, as we close down, I was gonna say, not only check out Ricky's Facebook page, Ricky Barksdale on Facebook. He's on Twitter also. Follow him on Twitter. But MMPR Fan Film is the YouTube channel. It has the old trailer where they're introducing Lord Zed, without all the metal and all that. He's just a beaten up wreck of a man. They have little mini episodes introducing things, and there's the official trailer is out. It's badass. The Blue Ranger is a female, and she's leading the group of Rangers. And they just released kind of a short look into the first episode.
Cool.
Anything else that I left out, Ricky?
As far as what? No, I think you're right on point. You're right on point with it.
Okay. But I think, just for everyone's sake, because it's getting late, go ahead and wrap up. Thank you, Dylan, Nicole, and Xander for joining, and especially you, Ricky. Thank you for joining. And
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for
we really appreciate it. But all you guys have a great night. Dylan, I'll see you in your stream.
Thanks.
And
I'll go play some games.
may the power be with you.
And
Yeah, that was a good one.
good for
Let's
you.
morph.
Good night, guys.
Oh shit! I hit my mic.